This is Simon Torres, Arsenal supporter of Charm City Gooners. You are listening to the DU Football Show, and I'm here to tell you that it could be worse. You could be an Everton fan.
Not wrong. Not wrong at all.
Yeah, it's not wrong. I'm glad my leader speaks sense and truth.
How about this one over here? She's already getting there.
Oh, she's been there.
Well, let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a totally biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I'm your host, Sam Houston, and barely staying awake over there, always scrolling the phone for new information, like our own version of a poor man's Alan Schefter. Adam Schefter, I'm sorry. My co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham.
How are you?
Good. So monotone tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm very tired first.
Yeah, we've established that.
I'm channeling my inner Pat, and I'm trying to get a bet on this Boston College Florida State game.
Oh, very good. That
it starts in 5 minutes.
Yeah, very good. And of course, on the ones and twos, the already fresh-aired Producer Mel. How you doing, Producer Mel?
No, I unmuted myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I am doing fantastic. I am continuing to drink my Pineapple Express cannabis-infused soda pop.
Mm-hmm. What else have we been puffing on so far?
I've got a couple of vape pens and an infused pre-roll with a little bit of bubble hash for the what are we calling it? The Stoned Mel.
The Stoned
recap?
Transferred Recap.
Yep, it's the one.
Yep, that's what it is.
That's the one.
We're recording at the Jesus Christ, DU Public House Studios, just outside the nation's capital.
Sam's got a contact.
You can check us out wherever you get podcasts, and of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Absolutely, it's at DU Football Show on all the social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Very good. And by the way, Mr. Graham, I'm going to pull up real quick here. We did get an email from one Mr. Keith Kern, who, you know what, we're gonna give him a break this time, just simply because it's been a while. He sent us a whole lot of paragraphs, but hello from Fredneck County. Just before the transfer window slams shut, I was curious if you knew how many times Lukaku has been transferred, both loans and permanent. Any guesses?
How old is he? Do you know his age off the top of your head?
I want to say he's now 28 or 29.
I'm going to say 15.
Too high. The total answer is 10.
This is a lot of just one season loans in there. That's why
it asks, can you name all the teams he played for? We're not going to do that. Can you name what 5 teams he played for while under contract at Chelsea? It would have been West Brom, Everton, Inter,
and then 3 Italian clubs.
Man U.
Now
Man U was a straight up sell. Yeah.
And now Napoli, right?
Yeah. Yep. That would be it. That would be it.
Well, no, Inter. What was the other one he went to over there?
I don't remember. That would be the fifth one. I don't know.
I thought he went to.
But it was definitely West Brom first. Then it was Everton, and then he was flat out sold to Everton, and then they bought him back.
Then he was sold to Manchester United.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they brought it. No, he was sold to Manchester United, and then United sold him back to Chelsea.
Simon Tagala?
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
So United wouldn't count in that then.
No, United wouldn't count in that then. So it was 2. It's Napoli and Inter, and it's West Brom and it's Everton, but I don't know the 5th.
Roma.
He just got loaned to Napoli. I don't think, did he go to Roma? He did go to Roma.
I'm just telling you what the chats are saying.
He might have played at Rome. I thought he played at Rome. I can picture him in the kit, but I can't remember if it was during Chelsea. It must have been.
He did.
Because I knew it was another, because he loves Italy.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip that surfaced recently of him and Micah Richards talking pitch side after a game? And he says, he goes, so, Micah, how's your Italian? Or something. He goes, oh, it's pretty decent, or whatever he says, kind of in Italian. And then Romelu goes, it just blah, 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 just rattles off like a couple sentences. And Micah Richards just goes, scusi? And then everybody at the table loses their shit.
We still got 2 more paragraphs to go here. And lucky for Chelsea, even though they bought him for $97.5 million and selling him for $30 million, they will be allowed the PSR to show a profit.
Why is that?
I don't know, but that's some fucked up shit, isn't it? Looking forward to more 18-way parlays, watching the Blues try to make payroll, and Arsenal bottling it at the end of the season. Enjoy the footy, boys. Frederick County's biggest fan, Keith.
Nice.
Very good.
Thanks, buddy.
Very important to make sure we did a little shout-out on the email.
While you're taking questions, if you don't mind, Mr. William Burton has a question for y'all.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on Facebook, and he's William Burton on Facebook. When he's on YouTube, though, that's a whole different character he plays. He wants to know, will Liverpool...
I can't wait till you read a list of names.
There's a crack in the armor, folks. Will Liverpool give King Mo a new 3-year with a 5-year amortization of a large signing fee?
I'm sure they'll offer it to him.
I think he's going to walk.
I think he's leaving, though.
Yeah. I think he's going to go get that Saudi money.
He's already come out and said, like, I want my last season in Liverpool to be good, so I'm just going to be focused. Like,
Yeah.
please don't speculate about me kind of
Precisely.
I mean, everybody now wants to get in on this bit, if y'all don't mind. Mike Lacoste is joining us, and he wants to know who had a worse day yesterday, Ten Hag or Dyche?
Well, Dyche's was on Saturday, so
I'm just telling you,
maybe he had a really bad hangover, but we're going to get into that. That's going to be in the first segment, and
There we go.
we need to get there, so let's go ahead and do that.
They're both equally as bad.
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So is the red-blooded Americans we are. We vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, as I mentioned earlier tonight, we got to pull out some old samplers out of the closet here, some things I didn't remember that we had, and pulled a humdinger. That's a hard one to find these days.
Yes,
so,
very difficult to find. So this is the number 1 whiskey of the year from Whisky Advocate. What year?
2018.
2018 on this one. Okay, so this is the Nikka from the barrel. I'm part of a group chat, and everybody was shut the fuck up. This is the Nikka from the barrel. Got a 94. Its ABV was 51.4%. That'd be 102.8 if you are keeping track. Its price was around $65 at the time. Now it's probably $6 million. Who knows? And it is a Japanese whiskey. Obviously, the blurb went something like this.
That was a 375, by the way, back in the day.
Ooh. The blurb went something like this. For Nikka from the barrel, it's been a long road to whiskey of the year. The Japanese blend made its U.S. debut in 2018, but its inception dates back more than 30 years. In 1985, Nikka Whiskey Distilling Company, their blending team, led by Shigeo Sato, designed this whiskey using both malt and grain whiskeys produced at Nikka's Yoichi and Mayagakyo distilleries. That's easier to say than Yoichi.
Well, Mayagakyo we see quite commonly on the top 20 list.
Yeah. When taking into account the full array of casks, bourbon barrels, sherry butts, refill hogsheads, and more, over 100 different constituent whiskeys are enlisted. From the barrel suggests barrel proof, but that's not the case. The blenders made a conscious decision to bottle at 51.4, derived from 90 British proof. I don't know what that means. To deliver maximum flavor impact, and they succeeded. Notably balanced and elegant, the colorful palette of whiskey combinations for tremendous depth of flavor. Soft, sweet butterscotch and orange peel meet poached pears and stone fruits. Earthiness appears as dried autumn leaves. The spring ones, I guess, aren't dry enough.
The spring ones are they're green.
Luscious.
Yeah.
That's just weird. Dried leaves would automatically intimate that they were from the fall.
Keep
Anyway,
reading because you got like 3 pages of this
I know.
shit to
Coffee,
read.
old oak, and tobacco. Among the tangle of spices, tasters identified chili pepper, allspice, cloves, and universally adored its ginger note. Finally, wisps of smoke and sea salt. Overall, it feels generously malty, with the grain whiskey leading broad sweetness and supple mouthfeel across the long finish. Beyond its delightful flavors, Nikka from the Barrel presents some paradoxes worthy of contemplation over a glass. It's a classic, yet new to the U.S., it is typically Japanese, yet singularly magnificent. It is delightfully sipped, neat, and also blossoms with water. Even the simple squat bottle is in contrast to the profound complexity within. Fortunately, the 500 ml bottle offered in other markets received a supersizing for U.S. drinkers. The great majority of new Japanese whiskeys now arriving to our shores are so rare and so expensive that they seem intended only for elite whiskey lovers. Nikka from the Barrel is a consummate Japanese blend for anyone to enjoy, and that came from Jeffrey Lindenmuth, one of your regular Whisky Advocate tasting panel members.
Who was probably told, hey, dial it back a little bit next time there, stud. You got a little too flowery. Because most of our write-ups are not that long.
No, but the number one usually has a fair few paragraphs, because it has its own page.
I don't know. I got to have this with Rob back in the day. This was one Rob had gotten his hands on and got to have a glass of. And revisiting it, it is bloody fucking amazing.
It's very good.
Well worth the number one spot that it got. And the other key thing that I like to mention about Japanese whiskey as a whole is I think everybody thinks because, you look at Japanese economy, technology, automobiles, things like that, it's very kind of structured, rule-ridden, like very, very proficient, right? Japanese whiskey is the exact fucking opposite. There are zero rules. It's complete fucking lawlessness. So everybody thinks, oh, Japanese single malt, right? Which there aren't a lot of, right? Everybody thinks of
mainly
that.
they come from 3 distilleries.
And that's what everybody thinks of.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the bulk of Japanese whiskey. It's things like this, which is a blend of hundreds of fucking barrels, right? Yep. That's
so good.
It's the Ichiro All World Whiskey, which is a blend of Japanese, Canadian, Irish, Scottish, and American whiskeys all in one bottle, right? It's the Mars stuff that we've had, which is essentially Japanese bourbon. The only difference is it's not made in America and it's not done in New Oak.
Right.
But it's predominantly
corn
whiskey with a rye mix to it. Like, Japanese whiskey is fucking crazy and out there, right? Mm-hmm. And is absolutely worth the effort. You don't have to go glory hunting for the Yamagazis and the what's the one starts with the H? Why am I forgetting? The Hichibu, right?
Hichibu.
No, it's Chichibu, which is the other one.
Yeah. That's not
Hibiki.
That's not Hibiki. That's the Suntory one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Nikka Mayagos, like things like that. You don't have
Mayagikos and then the Mars Company. Yeah.
You don't have to go running out looking for the hard to get single malts. There's great Japanese whiskey at a very affordable price.
And what's great about it is because a lot of your traditional cereal grains don't really grow in Japan. Mm-hmm. They don't really cultivate and farm those things. So they went to Scotland, they went to America, they went to other parts of Europe. The French make some whiskey, not much, but they do. And they've kind of learned how to make whiskey from those peoples. And you can see those influences all throughout Japanese whiskey if you get away just from the single malt.
And there is a huge love for whiskey in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
A massive love for whiskey.
Absolutely. But you're not going to see, rolling fields of wheat in Japan.
Right.
So whiskey, it's hard to make out there. Right. Which is also part of the expense. They have to ship in all that raw product.
Yep.
Make the whiskey, age the whiskey, sit on the barrels, bottle it, and then export it again. So there's an import and an export tariff on on each means of production, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to mention their local taxing and all that kind of stuff, and which is part of the reason it's just not defined as to what it is, other than a single malt.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking exceptional.
But it's delicious. And butterscotch right up front, but it's not too sweet at all. It's good.
Yeah. It's one of those kind of whiskeys you're going to remember, and you're not going to remember why you remember, because there's so many different flavors and so many different styles going on. That's not a traditional when you think of a blend, and it's certainly not a bourbon, but it's not a single malt, and it's not smoky, but it's not overly. It's everything into one and perfectly done.
Right.
Oh, all right, Mr. Graham, let's have a good show.
Let's have a great show.
There we go. I gotta turn the page to something I do not want to fucking turn to. All right. Here we go. Rip the Band-Aid off. We open in the Mersey with both results being shocking. One had an epic implosion, and the other had a one-sided derby. Bournemouth 3, Everton 2, Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0. This was a very, very uneventful match until it wasn't, which was at about the 87th minute.
Yeah. So, y'all were in control, really.
Could have been up 4-5-0. We were missing opportunities.
Y'all were absolutely just running the show.
Indai was a masterclass.
Bournemouth had nothing going, nothing doing, until they realized, oh shit, this lot can get got at. Yeah. And then you all also kind of panicked and sank within yourselves, which is so uncharacteristic for a Dice side, right? Is you expect, all right, 2-1 now. All right, boys, lock it down, get tight, stay compact.
Get ugly, slow it down.
Let's see this out. We've got 18 minutes or whatever it was.
No, at that point it was...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The first goal was scored at 87 minutes.
Yeah.
You had 3 minutes plus stops.
Bournemouth's first shot on target was in the 78th minute,
right.
Graham. First shot on target.
So it's one of those where it's like, guys, just see it out. Just relax, take a deep breath, lean on each other, and see it out. And they just didn't.
They started finger pointing, and it just became erratic and crazy, and suddenly it felt like Bournemouth had 15 men and Everton had 8, and everybody was chasing the ball in a game in which...
Well, and it could have been more.
Yeah.
Pickford made some saves in all of this as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you should have won the game 2-0.
Should have won the game 3 or 4-0,
But you
honestly.
also could have lost it 5-2.
Yeah.
You know, Pickford still had some good saves here.
It all went wrong. And
it's what boggles my mind about this and what feels different is... Largely, now obviously Amadou Onana's gone.
Yeah.
So hard to say, both first and last at the same time. Obviously he's gone. He's a big miss. From your team. He
didn't play much though.
But he was a stalwart in the middle when Idrissa Gana Gueye was out. It was the two of them running,
and then he didn't play at all for basically the rest of the season. After that Fulham missed penalty, he really barely played. He played some, but he was never first choice.
All right. Anyway, the largely it's the same core players. It's the same squad for the most part.
And if anything, they improved. They improved in spots.
And most of you didn't have summer football.
Right.
Where's the training at? Where's the wrapping your head around the system? Where's the drilled in mentality that Burnley had? That's what I'm concerned about. That's what feels different about this. Is some of the mistakes that are being made are just catastrophic schoolboy errors that are you. It's not like you don't have experienced players, but your manager is used to this as well. Are the players turning on him? Has he lost the dressing room? Or are they just not with it? I know you're missing Branthwaite, but Michael Keane's with 30.
Yeah, he's still making mistakes. I think that there are some players that the game has quite frankly passed by, and that would be
we were talking
Keane.
earlier.
Michael
about
Keane, and the other one, trust me, it pains me to say the name I'm about to say because he has been our captain forever and he has been nothing short of incredible and he's always seemed timeless. Seamus Coleman was responsible for all 3 goals that were scored on us. The 2 crosses on goals 1 and 3, he let them have easy crosses. The first one he got beat and they put off the cross. The second one, he shadowed him and let him cut in and put up an easy cross to the back post. And the second goal that Cook scored with the header, Seamus was the man on him. And it's like, how didn't you just move them a little? How didn't you nudge them a little? How didn't you just get them out of the, like...
Well, he needs to go to the Bakuya Saka School of Bodying.
Yeah, it's...
Because Saka's a tiny little lad, got Lewis Dunk out the way.
I will tell you, it was hard to watch footy the rest of the weekend.
I bet.
It was exceptionally hard to watch footy the rest of the weekend. I watched all the rest of the games. I watched it with almost a glaze over my eyes. It was tough to handle. I didn't scream, I didn't yell. It's the most Everton that thing ever that Everton could ever Everton would be to do something like this. Fuck you, Jeet, for putting up the Facebook group. Holy shit, Everton's up 2-0. You are no longer allowed to talk. You keep my team's name out your fucking mouth. Keep my team's name out your fucking mouth. Like,
Mel, be prepared to write this down. I think I may have a show title for you. Big Sam to Everton.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, pretty much. I poured myself more than the standard because that's what it
because of the capitulation.
It was, and I was all ready to be like, holy shit, we won a game in August. How about that? Like the team looked good because for 87 minutes,
you did.
The team looked fucking great. They look great. They look great. And I was like, yeah, I'm starting to think through my head. Okay, well, who are some teams we could beat? We could beat like a Fulham in this building. We beat Wolves in this building. You know? Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be the best team, but we'll be all right.
What y'all need is a 2-game stint on the road to not good opposition.
We'll be comfortably 14th. Well, unfortunately, the very next game on the road when we come back from the international break is the building we never win in.
Zilla.
Like, we've won in your building. We've won in City's building. We win in Chelsea's building all the time. You know where we never win? Fucking Villa Park. That is a guaranteed loss.
Right.
So we are going to be 0-4, and everybody's going to be down on like all in. Yeah. Like, I just hope that there's some kind of an accountability from the team in this, and for the love of Christ, I hope fucking they say Branthwaite's still at least 4 weeks away. You know?
I think you need to get away from Villa Park or get away from Goodison Park for a few weeks. That would be nice.
Leicester's coming up soon too, which will be helpful.
That just bleeds on itself over and over again. Yeah. That it completely feeds itself. That whole atmosphere of disappointment, of anger, of frustration from the players to the crowd, back to the players again, and it's just not great.
Mel, you got something? I'm sure the Peanut Gallery's got lots to say.
Well, BX Gunner 81 says getting done by 2 ex-Leeds players got to be gutting.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't fun. That definitely wasn't fun. I know the natural thing is, Everton's going down, Everton's terrible, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Talk to me at the end of October. I feel like this team will right the ship. I feel like getting in Mangala is going to be very big as far as the central defense goes. Mel's over there holding up the world. You're so high. I love it. It's great. She's like, oh.
Are you worried because the video stopped on that screen?
Okay.
But the other screen we're good on.
So, keeping it going. I am the other thing you are never going to hear me do until we are mathematically eliminated. And if any of you were like this about your team, I'd slap you in the face and tell you to fucking support your club. What?
Mike Lacoste.
He's a Liverpool supporter.
Sam sounds like a Man U fan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will say
everything is awesome.
I will say the following. I support my team to the bitter end. We are fucking staying up. That is all there is to it. I'm going to go ahead and do my giant shot of Malort again. Normally we fill it to about there. I filled it double because it's what I deserve. Yeah, fucking up the fucking toffees. And what's going to suck is the thing I have to follow it up with.
My interjection is I feel like the mentality is a bit different, but this is also far earlier than you've ever had to defend your team.
Yeah.
With this kind of talk.
We'll be all right.
So that's what that's my only concern from you is it looks like right. It looked. I heard the joke made from another pundit.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the joke made that, you're giving yourself your own points deduction to start the league because that's how you play good.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
So you're doing a self-imposed points deduction by just losing all the games.
So I do all of that and have that wonderful taste of Malort in my mouth to now have to do the following: get up, get into my imaginary car, drive to the florist, pick out a lovely bouquet of flowers, and hand them to Arne Slot and my bitter fucking rivals, because Liverpool has not skipped a fucking beat.
No.
They've been phenomenal.
They've been.
It's been.
Thanks.
But
I know that.
No. Good try. Let
It's the bare naked ladies. I know.
Let
I was
the master. Let the master.
All right, fuck off.
You have plenty of witty things you do that are way better than me.
It would be terrible if I just wrote the timestamp of the video for that TikTok.
Yeah. Thanks, whore. That's what you get for that one. Smoke some more weed. The Liverpool has kicked the shit out of Manchester United before.
7-0, if I remember correctly, was their worst one.
I guarantee you to Man U supporters, this one stung more.
Yeah.
Because the 7-0 is just not a good day at the office. They caught us at our worst, whatever. This is one. Liverpool went into the stadium at Old Trafford and showed every single United supporter, you're not even close to us.
Well, the worst part about it,
we are far and away better than you.
They weathered the storm, right? They had that initial chance that was ruled out for offsides in the build-up from Mo Salah, right? That Trent Alexander-Arnold put away. But United didn't look horrific until the first goal went, like the first goal that counted went in.
But it just,
and then Liverpool were miles away, the better side. Casemiro got yanked at halftime.
It's not even debatable how much better Liverpool are.
No. So there's two things. Luis Diaz gets 2 goals, obviously, in the first half, and then you have Mo Salah scoring in the second half. What the Salah goal brought up a very funny memory for me, and I'll make comment on that in a second.
Jota bossed the middle.
Yeah.
So, like, that front three completely manhandled Man U's defense.
About Liverpool in general, I will say they look a bit, I was telling you this earlier, I feel like they look a little bit more controlled than Klopp's team. Klopp's teams are very emotionally led. Still very good. Still devastating. But in that emotion, getting caught up in the counters and the high intensity and everything else, you could tire quickly. And you can also leave yourself open and exploitable in certain spaces. And if you have a good team, Arsenal did it at Anfield when they were 2-0 up at halftime. Ended up giving up 2 goals and tying 2-2. But that first half, they tried to play that intense, high-pressure shit last season. And Arsenal went down the other side of the field and fucking made them pay for it.
Right.
So if you have a good enough team, they can be exploited in that way, right, under that Klopp regime. This here, under Arne Slot, they look much more controlled, like this is a plan, and we have cover for that. And if you try to beat us in this way, we have a plan to recover, because it's not just blood and thunder, everybody go.
Which, ironically, the last year under Klopp, there was starting to be mistakes out of the back, like major mistakes out of the back. And this looks like a defense that's perfectly fine. Nothing to see here. Looky loose. They've been rolling for a while now.
So the other thing that it brought up for me from a Manchester United perspective, you know, those kind of generic list of questions that you would get to know somebody if you were interviewing someone, right? You have and playful questions in some instances, but you get an idea of the person's personality by the way that they answer. Or what they're good at or what they're bad at or whatever. You know, a lot of people use these questions to break the ice, and they are fairly entertaining. But, like, what's the biggest animal you could beat in a fight? Like those kinds of things. I know the answer to one of them officially, and Andre Onana joined Manchester United in July of last year, 2023. So he's now played for Manchester United going on 14 months. Right? The answer to the question is 14 months. And the question is, how long do you think you could be put into a professional environment and fake it till you get found out?
The answer's 14 months.
The answer's 14 months, because Andre Onana can't possibly be a real goalkeeper.
No.
He's absolutely fucking pitiful.
Yeah.
You see the preseason point to the spot and then don't dive there.
Right.
Then Mo Salah's goal, he's on vacation somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been transitioning. And he wasn't even fucking close to it.
Nope. Not even close.
He got beat from how far out on Diaz's second goal?
Yep.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good. And the fact that De Gea has had an excellent start to his Fiorentina career makes them look stupider.
Oh, yeah.
As well. The fact that Aaron Ramsdale just went to Southampton and they didn't even fucking inquire about him.
Dean Henderson's now the number 1 at Palace.
It just makes them look fucking ridiculous over and over and over again. And Ten Hag's position, in my opinion, is becoming untenable. They were very public about looking for a new manager.
Right.
They couldn't find anyone to replace him, so, hey, we're just going to stick with him. That way we have a built-in scapegoat in November. Well, you probably shouldn't let it get to November based on these first 3 weeks.
So you're kind of already answering the question for me. But I want to add this caveat. They still went out and spent for him. They did a lot of movement this transfer window.
I don't know how much of it was him.
You know? So
I think some of it was his connections, but I don't think a lot of it was him.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I wonder how long does he get?
I think they identified we need cover at center back. We need cover in this position. We need cover in that position, right? I think they identified what they needed and stuff, and then just leaned on his contacts to get certain people. I don't think he had much say in those signings, to be honest.
I do want to mention that with Arne Slot, you have even Pep had a struggle year, right? Everybody's always had a struggle year.
They finished 5th Pep's first year, I think.
Yeah, and that was the one where they lost to Everton 4-0 at Goodison. Like the one where Tom Davies went like half the fucking field with the ball.
Who's he playing for now?
I think he's still with Sheffield.
Interesting
the
to hear
Blades.
his name.
Yeah.
Double Eight.
But I mean, here's the one thing I know is for Arne Slot's first Northwest derby, all he had to say was,
"That was easy."
Let's turn our attention to the early battle for Europe, as there's already some teams making their claim. Brighton 1, Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 2, Leicester 1, Newcastle 1, Tottenham 1. So, a big draw on the road for Brighton. But was it really deserved, or did they get the assist from the official?
You asked me, they got the assist from the official, of course. However, the defending for the goal that Arsenal conceded for Brighton's goal was a bit sloppy. In general, Raya made a pretty good save. Shouldn't have gotten to that point, in my opinion.
Right.
The rebound also should have been taken care of by somebody, and it wasn't. They got caught ball watching.
Hold on 1 second. Is that a fucking pocket slider?
Oh, you just had this around.
I just wanted to make sure. That's a fucking pocket slider, Mr. Graham.
Fuck's sake. We're doing this again, are we? Next, we'll have a titty cheese stick. What she got in there? I knew she had something in there.
There's more in there. Goodness gracious. Oh.
I knew there was something. But is anything else on the buffet, or are you good? Fucking hell.
So go ahead.
I think the defending was a bit sloppy. I think we probably could have done a bit more to keep ourselves a bit more compact in that situation. However, we also had 2 chances, 3 chances at the end, really. Saka running through once, and then a rebound from Kai running through. Really could say a 4th chance because Kai ran through again and looked like a deer on ice and put the ball up for a goal kick. So we still had chances. We had more expected goals. The possession stats are off because of the 10 men, obviously. But the talking point,
I was going to say none of that matters because
is the red card, right? Is the second yellow. The first yellow was an absolute yellow. He cleaned out, I forget who it was, in the middle of pitch. Definite yellow card, no problem.
The
second yellow card is what I have exception with.
I want to take the piss out of you. I want to fuck with you. I want to bust your balls. I want to be the contrarian part because I want to see your vein, which, by the way, is starting to show up, old man, too.
A little upset.
I really wanted to be able to do that, and you look at it, the ball was rolling. You could say Rice gave him something to think about, but the ball was fucking rolling. It wasn't even in play. So how can he be standing in front of a free kick or slowing down the pace of the game when the ball was already fucking rolling. It was rolling.
Or when
it's not a yellow card. It's not.
Or when the distance of the ball that he quote unquote kicked away is 2 feet max. He's not even looking at the guy. The ball's just rolling past him. And then conversely, and this is the big deal about it, you let João Pedro's go in the first half.
Yeah, and he kicked it 20 yards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he had started, and you can tell me all you want, he was trying to save it. No, he wasn't. You see him visibly pull up his run. He knew that ball was out of bounds.
And then kicked it away.
Fucking blasted it.
Yeah.
You know, being facetious, obviously, online, when somebody asked my opinion on this, I said, how does João Pedro get to kick this ball and knock off the cockerel off the top of Spurs Stadium? Because that's about how fucking far the ball traveled. And Declan Rice, literally, the ball rolls from me to you about this, maybe 7 inches outside of the field of play, and that's kicking the ball away to a point that you send the player off. This is a second yellow card. He also, by the way, got fucking cleaned out by Veltman in the same play. The ball was rolling, so there was the ball. It would have come back to retake a free kick had he made contact with the ball. But he didn't make contact with the ball. He made contact with Rice's knee.
And because
and cleaned him the fuck out.
His shin settled down. It's also the VAR does not look at this because it's a quote yellow card.
Because it is a yellow, right?
This is clearly the most obvious reason of clear and obvious error ever, and you would think that would be exactly what you would say. Take a second look at this because you got it wrong, but they didn't. And
They can't.
It's deplorable. It's actually uncalled for, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's an apology.
We got the old Pugmole apology.
I would not be surprised if that
Pugmology.
Now, I will say Rice knew what he was doing. Rice knew what he was doing.
He didn't do anything.
He did knock it out of the way. He knew exactly what he was fucking doing.
I don't think he knew where Veltman was.
I don't think he knew where Veltman was.
Why would the ball be next to him?
He does not know where Veltman was, but he absolutely knew where the ball was, and he absolutely knew he was tapping it
But the free
away.
kick was 6 yards behind.
But
All he sees is a rolling ball, and it looks to me as if he's trying to just stop the ball.
No, you just
and
walk
it's a
away.
little bit of a poor touch.
You don't even
because
touch
if
it.
he was going to blast it away, he would have blasted it away,
You
and he
don't,
didn't.
But you don't even touch it. You don't. You're already on a yellow.
It's bullshit.
Don't even touch it.
It's bullshit.
I'm telling you all,
especially in the context of the game. It's bullshit.
All right, this segment is not about Arsenal, and Arsenal is going to be battling for the title, and we are going to be talking about Arsenal a lot. We are talking more so about the teams that are already in and around the top of the table or in the European spots, and Brighton is one of them. And they now have gotten a win against Manchester United and a draw at Arsenal. I mean, that's a pretty good little checks on their resume. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, Manchester United are shit. We know that, so that's not great. And they had a massive help here.
Still a draw.
Yeah,
Their
expected goals against the 10-man Arsenal were less. Their big chances were less. Their big chances missed were less, obviously, because they didn't have as many big chances, and they had less shots on target despite having 64% of the ball, which is swayed because we only had 10 men. It's too early, because I know the question you're going to ask. It's too early for me to say that Brighton are an actual contender for 4th through 8th territory. But because remember last season they started this hot.
Right. That's where I was going to go to. Wasn't what you were thinking. What I was going to go to is they've been known to start hot before.
Yeah. So are they? They're obviously, because they're an early season contender. It's too early to say where they're going to finish or what's going to happen because their coach is an infant and we don't know how the injuries are going to play out.
Right.
But they usually, under Potter and under De Zerbi, would have a mid-season kind of slide because of said injuries and intensity in training. But this manager seems to be a little different. I like the way that they're doing.
And over the last 3 years, they've been in and around it.
Yeah, I mean, they made it the one year. They were Europa League or Conference League, whatever it was.
Yeah, and until they prove otherwise, you got to assume they're going to be in and around it.
I mean, they're a good team. We've never said they weren't a good team, but they've had a lot of help to start off with here, I think.
Villa rebound from last week after losing to Arsenal in a very tough match. Onana has flat out been a fucking beast for them. And if we were writing our list today and the season was over, he'd be number one with a bullet, best signing of the season.
You're probably right.
He's been nothing short of fantastic.
I tend to agree with you. There was I'm glad that Villa got that second goal before Leicester scored. I think it would have been difficult for them to recover from having been equalized against because of the way the season started a little bit. I worry for Johnny. Fuck off. Ollie Watkins' starting spot. Because Duran is now, 2 out of 3?
Yep.
He's come on and scored. You know, kind of like the Trossard Gabriel Martinelli issue. You have this super sub here who's like, I want to start, man. I'm the one doing the job.
Duran could be starting Champions League games for all you know.
Yeah. I think the first Champions League thing is it's Watkins' place to lose.
Right.
After 19 goals last season, he would do well to get
and 13 assists.
He would do well to get a goal soon. He needs to open his account and he needs to get scoring because Duran is staking his claim.
So my combat to you was that them getting that second goal was great. I never saw Leicester ever being in the match, and I felt like Leicester got their goal simply because Villa took their foot off the gas.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I just psychologically, after coming off that defeat last week to us, and you know the first game wasn't the most overwhelming Aston Villa win that I've ever seen either. You know, it wasn't like it was this massive just domination and then blip, and then we're back to it. They have looked a little shaky at times here and there in certain games. And, you know, I thought, especially away from home, they did well to nail the point home before it became an issue.
Yeah.
And once Leicester scored, how they responded is kind of how I expected you all to respond.
Right, exactly.
It's just like, all right, fucking tidy it up.
Settle it, because Leicester ended up with the bulk of the possession,
Exactly.
and it was because Villa let them have the bulk of possession.
Exactly right. And they just tightened up. They got compact. They got organized, and they said, you're not fucking doing this again. We're walking out of here with 3 points.
Precisely. No,
So-
and that's the difference between why Villa's going to be battling for Champions League and Everton's going to be battling to survive.
Yep.
Can you really call it a smash and grab if the other team didn't actually score their goal and you scored all 3 of them? You know, like I heard everybody, because yes, Tottenham was pounding Newcastle the entire match, but can you really call it a smash and grab if you never actually scored a goal?
And this
like you yourself scored a goal.
This was Newcastle at home, by the way, right? Tottenham had 20 shots, more than double of Newcastle. They doubled shots on target 6-3. Big chances, though, were even 2-2, right? According to FOTMob. So Tottenham are so weird, man. I don't get it. Newcastle did well. Obviously, this is a huge result for them. They didn't, in my opinion, they had kind of a poor window.
Yeah. Well, they're not allowed to do anything.
Yeah. Well,
we are seeing
that's true,
straight
too.
up right now the effects of PSR. They have a wealthy club, but because they're where they are up in the Northeast, they only generate so much revenue. They only generate so much revenue as a global brand that they can only spend so much money. And you are seeing a club in which you should allow them to fucking you let Chelsea do it back in the 90s when there were no rules.
You're letting Chelsea do it now.
You let City do it in the early 2010, 2011. You let them do it. Like you let other teams get away with it. And now all of a sudden, now we care about how the sanctity of the league is. And honestly, I mean, for all the bitching and moaning I do for Everton and their points deductions and all that kind of stuff, and for the other teams with points deductions, for me, frankly, it's Newcastle that's getting screwed. It's going to be Villa who gets screwed.
Pretty much.
Those are the teams they're going to be the ones that get screwed, to make sure that mediocrity out of Spurs, the continuous mediocrity, mediocre team, the mediocrity that comes out of Manchester United, and frankly, the complete psycho that is Chelsea, that is also, by the way, mediocre, will fall their way into European spots simply because other teams won't be allowed the opportunity to compete.
To strengthen, right. Yep.
Now, with that being said, besides the 4 will include Tottenham in that battle for Europe, who else do we see in and around it? For me, I'm thinking West Ham, Fulham, Palace. I'm thinking these are clubs that could find their way into it?
I would say probably Palace is the most primed, I think, out of that lot to make a push, especially after keeping hold of Guehi. But you can make a case for Fulham. I just get a little worried defensively, and if the goals dry up again, which they tend to do for Fulham, where do those wins come from? You know, you're not going to make Europe drawing every other week. And they are the kings of the draw.
Does West Ham get bedded into Lopetegui quickly? Because so far they've been winning, but they haven't been, like, their win wasn't all that impressive. Their 2 losses were against 2 really good teams. But it's like, again, when we come back from the break, West Ham and Fulham is a massive match. It's
gonna be a huge game. I just think that it may be a bridge too far this season for all 3 of those clubs, really. Yeah. I think there's other people that are better primed to deal with the rigors of the Premier League all the way to the end than those 2 clubs are.
Along with, quote, the big 6, for me, it's Villa and Newcastle in and around it as well. I feel like that's the 8 teams probably battling for those European spots.
But even Chelsea, man, with that many, I don't know. Every time she pushes a button, she is so fucking proud of herself.
She's sitting there with the vape in her mouth and throws her hands up in victory. I love everybody. I want to let you know, Mel,
I can keep the camera on if you want.
Mel has had very, very little to say. For those listening, obviously those watching are very aware of what Mel is up to. Mel has just had like a vape pen in her mouth the whole time. She has been going strong. She was trying to hold up the world. She's victorious. I cannot wait to listen to her read an entire list of names. It's going to be fabulous.
Sure, Billy and I have been texting.
Very good. All right, so rounding out the rest of the league, and so that happened. Brentford 3, Southampton 1, Ipswich 1, Fulham 1, Forest 1, Wolves 1, Man City 3, West Ham 1, Palace 1, Chelsea 1. Ivan Toney was in attendance, even though he's been sold on, which seemed odd. And I would like to say about Southampton, fury and possession signifying nothing. Again.
Yeah. They don't have anyone to score goals for them.
And they're the architects of their own design when they're giving up goals. They're losing them out of the back.
3 giant chances they gave up, 2 of which were pounced upon. Right, trying to play out of the back, and Brentford made him pay. But their manager is very bullish. This is how I play. This is how we play. This is what we're going to do. And that might work in the championship again.
Yeah, it might work in the championship next season. Yeah, it's
if you get the chance to stick around for that.
For me, dead on 20th. That's where I have them.
I think probably 19th because Aaron Ramsdale will earn them 5 or 6 points.
Hey,
keep them off the bottom.
Hell of a day at the office for an Aaron Ramsdale. You joined 3 goals and none of them are your fucking fault.
I feel so bad for him, man. He's been done dirty.
Yeah.
You know what is another thing to blame Manchester United for? Because Onana fucking sucks, bro. And you ship off your number 1 backup.
Yeah.
Where's Ramsdale?
Yeah.
Onana would never see the field again.
Yeah. Ramsdale
fucking deserves it. Ramsdale started our entire revitalization at Arsenal. He's a quality fucking goalkeeper.
Yeah.
An England international, an England backup. And the fact that Manchester United does not go for either Jordan Pickford this summer or Aaron Ramsdale to fix the debacle that has been Onana.
Right.
And Ten Hag has decided to double down is fucking atrocious and a disservice to those 2 players. Aaron Ramsdale in particular because he lost his place in the Arsenal team.
Yeah. Back up the Briggs truck, give $80 million to fucking Everton. Everton,
he played.
Give $80 million to Everton for Pickford. And then Pickford go and get Ramsdale on a fucking loan deal.
Exactly.
It would have made perfect sense. The one thing I will say for Brentford is it was Wissa and Mbeumo who scored the goals. And they did that early last year.
Again, right. That's another false dawn potentially.
And then they both got hurt. Yep. So can you keep them healthy? If you can keep them healthy, they're going to do what they're supposed to do. That's for darn sure.
I hit it.
You hit it this time
at least?
I felt it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't kill it, but I felt it.
Moving on, Delap with a banger for his first Premier League goal. Just going at midfield, and they were just like, yeah, keep dribbling, kid. Keep dribbling, kid.
Oh, yeah.
Keep dribbling, kid. Go
as
ahead.
I like to
Set
call
yourself
it,
up for a shot, kid. Go ahead. Put it in the fucking corner, kid.
As I like to call it, an Everton.
Jesus, it was...
The goal's this way, sir.
Please go right ahead. What an absolute rip. And then we were singing his praises last week with Traore, and Traore gets the equalizer. A game that I think you feel like that's a draw earned at home. And if that would have been at Craven Cottage, they probably would have lost that because it felt like Fulham was the better side.
They were the better side. The other thing is, it seems like Marco Silva's talked about this. They've identified certain spots for Adama Traore's game that they want to focus on. We need you to do this at this time and be this place. I don't know really him as a player because it's always been raw talent, quote unquote.
Right.
Even though he's 25 or 26 or whatever he is now, it's always been raw talent. He's fucking strong as an ox and he's fast as shit. But it's that final third that's been an issue. It's that final ball that's been a problem. And I can't tell if it's his football. Like, I can't tell if he's an idiot or I can't tell if he's emotional.
Right.
But it's one of the two. It's either you're getting too excited and your feet are moving too fast for your body to keep up, right? Or you just don't know what you're doing and you're making the wrong decision. So Marco Silva seems to, and again, he said it in I think it was last post-match, that he specifically identified these aspects of his game to work on this summer. And we've seen at least an assist, a hockey assist, and now a goal finally from him in this game. So he's becoming consistently dangerous, right? He's 3 for 3 in important contributions so far this season, right? And that's what we all want to see from him. That's what we all want to see from Adama Traore.
Right.
Is finish the raw product.
Yes.
It's great to have that raw product. Now give us your potential. Show us. And he's finally doing it. And that's awesome for Fulham. That may be the thing that does put them in that Conference League conversation.
So I didn't even put it into my notes, but I can just go ahead and tell you that Nottingham Forest and Wolverhampton Wanderers played a professional football match in the English Premier League.
Yeah. Was it the Wolves goal that was excellent?
Yeah, I think so.
Chris Wood header off a corner, big surprise.
Right, shocker. Chris Wood scores on a header. No, it was for me. It was the Belgrade banger. That was literally like 2 minutes later.
Yeah, I think it was very similar to one of the Bournemouth goals. I think.
No, this was from outside. All the Bournemouth goals were inside the box.
There was somebody else that scored a goal this weekend. I can't remember who it was.
Delap.
You're right.
Delap.
It was Delap.
Yeah.
You're right. It was Delap. He
was
just kind of turned on the
hell
edge of the box and just had fucking rifled it in the top corner.
Hell of a hit. For me, I think Forest is going to be in and around the relegation battle, and for Wolves, this is probably 2 points lost. And again, this is the power of the home building, right? That they're at the City Ground. That's probably why they ended up with a draw. By the way, on injury time, I called it. I said it was going to be either 3-1 or 4-2 for City West Ham.
You did.
And
I said 2-1 or 3-1
Yeah.
also. Yeah, you're right.
But we called it.
We agreed at 3-1. Yeah. Great minds think alike,
I said 3-1. You said, oh, yeah. Like,
how could you? Yeah. I mean, you can't just deny us. Sam Stradamus is. Sam Stradami.
This time it wasn't a wonder goal from Cunha. It was an own goal from Ruben Diaz. And then
counts just the same.
And then the Erling Haaland show.
Yeah, this fucking guy.
Man, if only somebody had been smart enough to draft him number 1. Wait, it wasn't me.
I mean, Jurgen Strand Larson is so
solid
good.
2 points.
So good.
Solid 2 points.
What a great player.
I know, just the best. So good.
Haaland, the worst part is you don't even have to fuck up that bad.
Yeah.
He's so efficient in his movement.
Yeah.
I mean, West Ham didn't lose the ball in a great spot, but it was just off of Paquetá's foot, and he's trying to recover. I think he bumps Haaland before he picks up the ball. If you count the time from when Haaland received it to when the ball was in the back of the net, I think it's like 2.6 seconds.
Yeah.
Just the efficiency of movement, the wherewithal, the just plan in his head to execute, do it, and then the sheer ferocity with which he struck the ball.
2 games, he's on 7 fucking goals already.
At this rate, I was trying to think about this in the car. So there's 38 games in a season. 36 would be 12 times 3. And then you add in 2 more, right?
Right.
So 2 more, say 4 goals, which was his average at the end of last game, was 4 goals. So you have 4 there. And then you take 12 times 7, right? Because there's 3 sets, or there's 12 sets of 3 total. So if he averages 7 goals every 3 games, 12 times 7 would be 84. And 84 plus 3 would be 87 goals this year. And he still wouldn't even double his tally.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I think we're looking at the likes of Messi and Ronaldo numbers from his career, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, it's absurd.
It's pretty insane.
It's absolutely absurd. Now, the final one, Chelsea fucks off again. And it seems like Nicholas Jackson can only score when he's inside the 6, tapping in a completely open netter that even he can't put over the post.
Yes.
It's in.
Yes.
And
I agree.
Here might be
He
the
sucks.
other.
I hate him.
Here might be the other one that you mentioned for good goals. Eze's goal was fucking perfect.
Oh, Eze's goal was brilliant.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, Eze's goal was absolutely brilliant. But I don't know what to make of Chelsea, man. I really don't. I really don't know what to make of Chelsea. How they're going to be. Are they going to be consistent? Can they find consistency? I mean, like you said, Nico Jackson gets the goal here for them.
Yeah.
But how many chances did he miss to score that one?
Yeah.
It's just like I just don't understand what Chelsea are, what they're going to be. They did have more possession. They did have more shots. They did have more shots on target. They were at home. You would expect this to happen. But I was never really convinced.
Yeah. I'm not convinced by him either. Like, I really don't know. Mel, you have something for us?
There's a little bit of a delay, but Timmy O just chimed in. Thank you for letting me have Haaland.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Yeah, it's great. That's the least I can do for a fellow toffee.
Rubbing the salt in. That's
how it is.
That's like brother on brother crime right there.
Now, I will say that there was for Palace, this was a very good transfer window, not just because you kept Mark Gay. You actually brought in another center back, Wolfsburg's center back who played with Glasner. And then you bring in Naby Keita too. Like, there's a very, very decent window for them, all said and done, which is surprising because I think we were all expecting that was the team that was going to get pillaged right before the window because that's their history.
Some good players, yeah.
That's
and that is their history. You're absolutely right.
Oh, very good. And we have to talk just a little bit longer because Mel's smoking a bowl before I end the segment.
Sure money.
Hey, I lost again.
Yeah,
minus
you did.
200.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Well, I won, and I'm now up $118.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
That's better. You know, Sam, 50% of the time, it works 100% of the time, big boy.
There you go. All right. This is the part of the show. Normally, we give you a bet to better inform you about how you should be betting. Don't do what we do.
I do what I do. I fucking win.
One every
Straight bangers
twice a season, guys.
in the black.
Anyway, what you should be doing, though, is listening to the segment, taking your massive enjoyment out of it because it's funny to laugh at us. And make sure you follow us on TikTok at DU Football Show because we're not going to make bets until we know what the injury situation looks like coming off the international break.
Right.
So Friday, before the fixtures resume in the Premier League, we will be posting 2 videos to TikTok, one with Sam's bet, one with my bet. And make sure you follow us there as well. That way we can live stream on TikTok too. Because you can only do that if you have a certain number of followers.
Yeah.
So at DU Football Show on the TikToks. And you'll see our bet as we come off the international break. And then you can hold us to account on that. When it's
shout out to everybody who's been corresponding on TikTok too. We love it. And if you found the show through TikTok, let us know. We fucking
please, we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's super important now. We've got ads, bro.
Yeah. Now
we're big.
I know. Well,
we're kind of a big deal.
You wouldn't
I don't know if you've heard of us.
You wouldn't know this unless I told you because you don't sound check.
I don't fucking check anything. No,
you just
not
don't
at
have
all.
time for that.
I just have full faith in Mel is all it is.
Oh, okay. That's exactly.
I just trust my team.
That is a bold statement considering what we are about to get into,
Listen,
Mr.
that's
Graham.
what a good leader does. A good leader just trusts their team, to get their jobs done, and they do it.
Well,
we made 63 fucking cents.
Mr. Graham, it's that time of year. the transfer window has come to an end.
Oh, man, I didn't drink enough for
And
this.
well, it's not you this year.
Oh, it's not. Who is it,
It's
Sam? The
not
big
me.
reveal.
It's not me either. Every single year, this started the very first season, just a reset for anyone who's new to this. This started the very first season. We had our good friend, Chef Bentley, was in the studio with us. And it was, I asked you to just
Can I
kind
hear
of.
the outdoors?
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, you can, but it's
I
fine.
love that.
It's a little ambient noise isn't a bad thing tonight.
We can also hear it.
Yeah, so we can hear it loud and
She
clear.
said, "Can I hear the outdoors?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So can we.
We are getting her in the right
Shut the
fucking
fucking
spot.
window.
So I asked Sam Graham to go over the list of the transfers, and I had imagined that Sam would be smart enough to just kind of go through, block out the fuzzy noise, and just kind of do what he's supposed to do and read the list. Problem was, is Sam was already intoxicated.
By the way, guys, thank you for tuning into the DU Football Show.
No, you're not getting away from this.
Well,
It's your
no,
turn.
just the regular people. Just go now.
No, you want to stay.
Hi, Amy.
Okay, so you want to stay for this one.
Same as so.
Allow me to continue the
Go
story.
ahead. Yeah.
So
because there's more to that story.
as he's reading, well, I wasn't going to put your business out there like
Hiram's over
that,
here
but
just trying to get his 2 cents in on
there's-
shit too, y'all.
there he is reading the list, and to the point where Bentley and I are just starting to have a full-blown conversation, and Sam is like, John Smith transferred out on
That's
loan.
when we had the sofa over
Yep,
there.
Yeah.
And,
And y'all
okay.
are both sitting on the sofa, and I think
Noise
I
we
sat
don't
over
need
here.
right now, people. Yes.
No, he was hitting his
Yeah.
weed vape.
Yeah.
It got me more fucked up than I thought I was.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
right.
what happened.
So all of this happened, and at one point, Sam's just reading the list, and I think we're on Chelsea, and
It was
Bentley
early on.
famously just goes, "He's still going," and after that, we decided, you know what? That was pretty fucking hysterical. We're going to start making Sam get drunk and read the list every fucking year, and it has gotten progressively worse and worse and worse, and until 2 seasons ago, we started doing it to the point where we would have Sam do it from his house and Zoom.
I'm going to just close my window for a second.
Okay, gotcha. And Zoom. And the last time you did it, you passed out while talking about Southampton.
I think it was Southampton. Yeah.
The problem there was Tottenham, Wolves, and West Ham to still talk about. You literally passed out on camera, completely blacked out, snoring.
They
at
could
the
hear
end.
me snoring. Yeah, that was
Snoring
the other
as I
thing.
finished the list for you. So, as a good sport, I said, you know what? I'll do it for you. Avery was born, so you weren't able to be here.
Right.
Alan sat in, my brother from another, and I did a party bucket of 99 bananas. I believe I had 14 or 15. I was insanely blackout drunk, and by the time I got to the end of the list, I got up, said, I'm done, walked into the bathroom, and threw up violently. And then I have yet to drink 99 cents.
Well, time out.
Yes.
You did not make it to the end of the list. You made it to Leicester.
Yeah. Well, no. It was Wolves because...
Oh, was Wolves?
Yeah, because
Okay.
Connor Cody had gotten rid of it. That was
Because on sound check you said it was Leicester. That's what I thought it was.
But I also missed...
Hiram texted me, Young Hot Freshness. You're better than this, Mel.
No.
Hiram, guess who's doing it next year? Tag, you're it.
I didn't mention Harry Kane got sold to Bayern Munich. That's how well I read the list. I was literally holding this iPad going like this. Okay. That is what I was doing. And Mel has graciously volunteered herself to do this.
Christian goes, what about Houston getting fucked up? I'm like, dude, we literally just told that story.
So, and
I'm the one that's stoned.
so producer Mel's not a huge drinker. She drinks for taste and not very often. So we wanted to kind of go down the route that producer Mel wanted to do, which is
Also,
a little
could I
smoky.
have like something, like, is there a seltzer or something?
I can go get you a seltzer. That's perfectly fine, babe. I'll let you start the
Well,
list.
no, I probably have something in my fridge here.
It's probably the like really shitty spiked ones that aren't that good. So I'll get you a seltzer out of the out of the cooler outside. I'm fine
Or
with that.
something from my fridge is fine. Okay. It's fine. All right, whatever.
Graham, would you mind grabbing something that is not an IPA out of the fridge
Is
for
there anything
Melissa?
that's not an IPA? Is that what you're telling the
There
world?
might be. There should be some seltzers in there. So
Wolves have no natural strikers.
That's right. That's right. Sam said in his drunken stupor, wolves have no natural predators. And that was fucking brilliant. That's perfect. I absolutely love it.
Hiram, because I do love you, let me go back and get your comments in. I say it once, I'll say it forever. We will truly know by the end of September how the rest of the season will go. Mm-hmm. And it's called delusion. It's part of the Chelsea fandom.
Very good. He's not wrong. Now,
she should do bong rips between teams.
Mr. Graham, is there anything else you'd like to add before I lead us in?
Oh, nada. I love those.
No.
No?
There may be a point that I need to get up and go.
I understand.
But I'll stick around for the first few for sure.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you the newly revised, smoked transfer recap. Go get him, Producer Mel.
First, short ability to answer your question. There will not be bong rips because, fun fact about me, while I am a fan of the dugout, I do not like the bong. The sound, the bubbles, it just creeps me out. Arsenal in Lucas Nygaard from North Jellistan.
Gonna need to be a little bit quicker on this already, young lady.
Oh, sorry. David Rea, Brentford. Tommy Setford, Ajax. Ricardo, California, Bologna.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Mikel Merino, the real Sociedad.
Okay, yeah. As opposed to the fake Sociedad, Sam.
Rashid
Oh my
Sterling,
God.
Chelsea. Out. Eric Ramsdale to Southampton. Eddie Nikka to Palace.
The car.
Heed to the
Scores!
It sounded like a move in Dragon Ball Z.
I will say, Mr. Graham, all in all, a very
the
good
Real
window for you
Valladolid.
guys.
Earl
I
Smith
think
Rowe
he's gonna be fine.
to Fulham.
I think you did well.
Here, I'm going to turn my mic down so you guys can talk.
No.
I know the bit. I know the bit.
Hey.
I want to help the bit.
On to the list, young lady. You got a job to do. Less talking, more talking.
Micah Barrett. Oh, I can't even read the comments while I do this.
It's not your job. Just you need to.
Why
Yeah.
don't you go on YouTube and read the comments?
No. We'll be all right.
up
Go.
YouTube on
Okay.
your phone and
Go
find out what
ahead.
they're saying.
Read
I
the list, young
can't.
lady.
Micah Barrett, Sturmgras, Omadi Benjamin, Everton, Lewis Brown, West Ham, Caitlin Giron, Dynamo Bucharest.
What the fuck is she talking about?
Just let it go.
It's where they went. So it's like Noah Cooper to Stoke. Should I just say their names? Noah Cooper, Mario Kozer-Dewberry, Ovi Algeri, Taylor Ferran, Arthur Okano.
All right.
What? Arthur Okano went to Wrexham. What?
No, you can say where they went. That's good, but just don't read. Who's the guy? Who is the guy that has the weird inflection?
Mel, you're not reading a list. Continue to read a list.
Who's the guy that Christopher Walken? Stop reading it like Christopher Walken. Kieran Emerson, Dewsbury, Arsenal, West Ham. What?
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know where I am.
So right off the bat, Tim Olsen, work has to wait. This is going to be unmissable. Also following up with, I'm a real fan of Fake Sociedad.
That's good.
Earl Smith Rowe was my favorite player from Christian. Keep it going, young lady. Come on.
I'm trying.
Earl
I
Smith
gotta-
Rowe.
I gotta turn my headphones down so I can't hear you guys.
You want to get high? Words are
Tamari
fun.
Ryan, Burnley,
I'm an excellent cold
Burrell
reader, by the way.
Walters, Luton, Mario
Excellent
Banchira,
cold reader.
released. Henry Davis, released.
Aston Villa, moving on.
There's a bunch of guys released. Villa. Ooh, we got Ethan Amundsen Day from Copenhagen.
Oh, okay.
Cameron Archer from Sheffield United. Ross Barkley, who, by the way, his favorite crayon is now officially Claret from Luton. And
Look at her knowing our jokes in a throwback.
From Juventus. Lewis Dobbin from Everton. Samuel Jr.
Keep reading, young lady.
Omar Kahid. Ian Masterson, Chelsea. Ahmad Unana, Everton. Jaden Philogene, Hull
Sure,
City.
Billy.
West Brom.
Olsen, kittens. I brought
Already
kittens.
Okay, so leaving us, let's see who I've actually heard of. Oh, Musa Diaby. Oh, I'm sorry, he's gone. Douglas Louise, yeah, very sad. Ashley Lehman, very, very sad. Alicia, sorry, Lehman. We had somebody named Taylor J. Hart. Who the fuck was that? Lou Berry.
That's a very you thing. That's what you used to do.
Louis
Like, who the
Dobbin.
fuck is that
Who the
guy?
fuck is that
Isn't
guy?
that a comedian?
Yeah, he is. Very funny comedian.
Sound like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That guy,
Louis Dobbin
Taylor
is
J,
now
Taylor T.
On loan to West Brom. Boing, boing.
Boing, boing, yeah.
Bournemouth. Inside, they got Daniel Jebison from Sheffield United.
He's inside.
Yeah, from inside. From the Blades. Okay, keep it going there. Oh, smoke break. Because that's what we need. More weed.
I don't know that I'll make it to Chelsea.
Yeah, no shit.
Alex Paulson, Wellington Phoenix. Lunas Sinistera from Leeds. Earls United from Get a Life.
Not wrong, Moss Sports World. She's about 500 with pronouncing names. She's not doing bad. You know?
Kobe Mata, Portsmouth Free.
Christian is getting a contact high in Minnesota. Keep reading. No. Hey, you. Come on.
Down.
Be a fucking professional.
There you go. My headphones are now off, so I can't
Right.
hear you at all. Julia Sage, Barcelona. Everton.
So, short Billy.
Hold on, did she say Julian Assange?
I think she did.
Wasn't he the whistleblower that's taking refuge in like Romania or some shit?
Don't stop her. She's on a roll. Do what she's doing. Go ahead. Come on.
Julian Assange got transferred from Villa to Chelsea. They will just sign anybody, won't
Right.
they?
No. Oh no, it's Bournemouth.
Just come on.
Bournemouth. He left Bournemouth.
Uh-huh.
He's now with Barcelona.
Okay.
Oh no, he's in to Bournemouth from Barcelona. So Julia Assange is now playing for Bournemouth.
You're absolutely right, Short Billy. She won't have much to mangle when she gets to NUFC because there was nothing that really happened.
Leaving was like Jack Wadham.
And if
Lloyd
you
Kelly,
can't breathe
Ali Eagle,
laughing,
Noah
watching this,
Chris,
imagine
Jack
us in the
Halloran,
room right
Ben
now.
Freeman,
I want to make sure all of you know this.
Cameron Plain,
Imagine,
Pollack,
everybody,
Derek Randolph, Harry,
I'm fucking
Harry
married to
Redknapp
her.
Jr.
I have to deal with
Michael
her
DeCosta,
later.
Godless, Charlie
Me,
Osborne,
not
Joe
you.
Rockwell, Dan Abu Adi, Jaden Anthony,
This fucking
Daniel
dude.
Jefferson, and
Paul
Chris
Muad'Dib.
Smethem.
Keep going there.
Brentford.
You're on it. Oh, Brentford. We're on to Brentford.
Igor Thiago, Benjamin Frederick Simabalin, Julian
Sounds like a prescription drug. Cybobalin.
Dude,
Oh man, I gotta go get my refill of Cybobalin.
Yeah, I got that old drip from the PP
Where's your
again.
car?
Uh-huh.
Julia Istone, this is important information. Do you know where he's from?
Where from?
Duke Blue Devils.
Fuck Duke. Keep it rolling.
That's
He's an American. Yes, that's
he's an
great.
American. Americans
Duke
do
Blue
get.
Devils.
Yeah.
Now you have a reason to hate Brentford beyond the obvious.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
that you lose. Fabio Carvalho
Like
from
that you
Liverpool.
lose.
Step Vandenberg from Liverpool.
She's lucky she gets to
and
get away with a little
Jay
bit
Nahoma.
extra today because
Leaving was I bet Elijah Ivan Tony. No, Ivan Elijah Ebenezer Tony, something like that. I bet is gone to Saudi. David Raya fucked off to Arsenal.
Timmy Olsen says Julian Assange has to be the worst keeper in the Prem.
As it can't even keep a secret.
Exactly.
Vincent Arganelli, Charlie Farr,
Bloody fucking brilliant.
It might make a good ref.
Yeah,
Whistleblower.
Yeah, definitely a
Pretty good.
whistleblower. Yep.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Dad, for a fourth time.
Is
you know, you're getting it done.
Minta for Brighton.
Okay. We must establish that.
All I heard was, "Hey, it all mean ta." Brighton. I thought it just came back for advert for a ramen commercial.
Time out. You're 5 teams in. Come on, killer. Putting the phone in front of her face to hide the fact that she's drinking. Oh, my God.
Okay, in for Brighton.
Uh-huh.
Jan Kachuba Minta, which makes no sense because he came to Brighton from Brighton.
He's actually been a hell of a player so far at this season for them.
Not bad, yeah.
He tore up Everton in that first
Rudder,
game down the sideline.
And Matt O'Reilly. As for the outs,
The whitest name ever. Matt O'Reilly.
some of the fun names.
He'll do it
Billy
live.
Gilmore, Pascal Gross, keeper
From Shore Billy.
Kowalski, Lee
Slider,
Cavanaugh,
pocket, walk in.
Adam,
Her new alter ego.
Jack Hinchy. Ben Jackson.
Apparently that one made her go,
Hinchy.
Benicio Baker Batari. Kamari Doyle, who's on loan.
Who is like
Carl.
Italian, so she had to read it romantically.
Carl Rumsfeld is
Fucking inglorious bastard.
Carl Rumsfeld. Hold on. Time out. Carl Rumsfeld.
Oh my God.
All right.
Ain't so easy, is it?
She was I think she did not make me do any more shots while I was reading the list. I think she had realized train had left the station. Houston was done for.
Chelsea.
Go ahead.
I can't. This is like too many.
Kierman Dewsbury Hall. I'm just going to read the ones that are highlighted. Kierman Dewsbury Hall. Mark Guiu. Omar Kellyman. Tucson. Pedro Neto. Joey Felix. And Jadon Sancho. Out. Conor Gallagher. Omari Hutchinson. Ian Matheson. Raheem Sterling and like a whole bunch of other, and a whole bunch of other fuckers.
Okay.
Crystal Palace. In. Eddie Nikita. And a bunch of other people. Oh, Matt Turner. I know Matt Turner.
A fellow
Joaquin
brethren
Anderson.
of the smoke. Smokey just chimed in.
Michael.
This is tremendous.
Oh, see?
Elise. But good job. But don't get hung up on the
Byron
details. You got
Nukic.
this. You got this. You are a professional
Michaela
young lady.
Bodnek for Hearts. Killian Phillips has gone to St. Mirren, and then a bunch of other people. So, Everton. You guys brought in a bunch of people that I don't know. Jasper Linson, Tim Igerbaum. But Jack O'Brien from Lion.
But Tim Igerbaum is from your team.
You lost Mason Holgate. You lost
Thank God.
Amadou Onana. You lost Mackenzie Hunt. You lost Andy Lonergram. You lost Harry Tyler. Fulham.
Smokey brought up one. Yoa Felix.
She said first. She said J.O.
Emil Smith-Rowe.
Everybody say J.O.
Yoa was closer.
Some adjustments here.
That was the second opportunity.
Emil
Boom, boom,
Smith-Rowe.
boom. It's the spice of Panama crowds. J.O.
Go with something much more to here. Emil Smith-Rowe, Arsenal. Sander
She's on the
Berg,
Fulham. She's actually
Joaquin
making decent
Anderson,
time.
Crystal Palace now out. Tim Ream fucked off to Charlotte. Joanna Bahana to Bayern Munich. Bobby Dekradova Reed to
Hold on.
Leicester.
Zhao Pila was Johnny Bahama.
Tilson, we already talked about him going to Chelsea.
Bobby
And James
Dekradova.
Sanfield went
I'm
to
still trying to. I
Birmingham.
don't understand the word she said for Zhao Polina. I don't understand the
Kieran
actual word
Bowie
she said.
Went to Hiberia.
Because it
That's
was not Polina.
interesting.
It was like M's in there
There's a
and
really
shit.
fun name called Michael Boogle Campbell.
Oh my God.
My Coble Boogle Campbell.
Ipswich.
You all have a lovely evening.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna go help take care of that sick kid.
Yeah, go
Omari
take care of that sick kid.
Hutchinson.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, she's getting there. I've got her. I've got her.
Good night.
Kevin
Good night.
Phillips. I don't think I have a camera for just me in Houston.
That's okay.
I can figure
That's all right.
something out.
Just leave this on. Just leave mine on.
I don't.
Superimpose a cricket later.
We'll be all right.
I don't. Oh, fuck. All right. Kaden Jackson.
Can now turn and focus all my attention on my lovely bride. And you out there in the internet.
Can you turn the lamp off right there?
I'll join the chats when I get home.
Can you?
I'll join the chats when I get home.
Perfect.
Because I'm going to have to help put these babies to bed.
Yeah. Step that light off on your way out.
Do you want to connect your phone to the Bluetooth and y'all can talk while he's in the car?
We're good. We're good. No worries. No, we're fine. We're fine. Go ahead and keep reading the list, ma'am.
I disconnected my Bluetooth, so you can do whatever you want to.
Timmy Olsen, I love decoding my Christmas tree. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. No, we're not moving her anywhere. She is perfectly good. That is a good point. I'll do that. You go ahead and keep reading your list, young lady.
Well, now that Graham's gone, I don't have to rush.
No. You're making a very timely reading of the list, young lady. You're doing a bang up job, and I'd like you to continue to focus on said
fine.
list.
The transfer recap is only going to go out to injury time or people that are paying attention. There's no way I'm putting. Maybe I'll put it in the public. We'll find out.
Mr. Graham put himself passing out to the world.
For it, though.
No. Come on, get back to it.
Venmo at Melissa Houston HUST.
Okay, I need you to read a list. Boys, I think we might have lost her here.
No, I got it. I can do it.
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. Where did I leave off at?
So, sure, Billy Graham is gone. So, yeah, sorry. I'm talking to the chat
Okay,
on
I'm
the
going
line.
to turn my earphones down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Shit. Holy crap. Why is... No, I don't like that angle.
Uh-huh.
You asshole. All
Okay,
right, so...
and Mel's commandeered the camera now.
No, I don't like that.
Okay.
Jack Manley, Seth O'Neill, Cameron Stewart, Dominic Ball. Don't put it on me on that angle. Oliver Skip, Kearney Dewsbury Hall. Let's see.
You're on the Liverpool. Wow.
Yeah, Liverpool in. Georgie Marmadashville to Valencia. Oh, from Valencia.
I love it, Smokey. I can't wait to see it.
Frederico Chisa.
10 new
Juventus.
fantasy Premier League team names from this. Yes, absolutely.
And then leaving was Cade Gordon, Ben Dolak, Nathan Giblin, Adrian, Calvin, Luke, Fabio,
Calvin Luke. Like just Ricky Bobby. Calvin
Carvajalo.
Fabio Carvajalo. You already mentioned his name once earlier.
Well, because he's in from Brentford.
Yeah.
We talked about him because he was on the outlist.
You just said his name twice differently. That's all. But go ahead. Don't worry about it. You worry about it. Eyes on the prize. You got this. You are a champion. Do you need more pocket slider? Is that what you need, or more pen?
No.
No. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Step Vanderberg, Brentford. Manchester City.
Manchester City. Okay.
IK.
We're at the midway point, boys.
IK Gundahogan. Xavier.
IK Gundahogan. IK Gundahogan.
Julian Alvarez. Liam.
Oh my gosh, that is
Ipswich,
fucking brilliant. Oh my
Doyle.
God. I need to go ahead and just text that one to Graham right now.
Gomez. I'm just turning my volume down. I don't wanna hear you.
Yes, I just got a text from Russ everybody that said Bon Jovi's Blaze of Glory would be a good song for reference right now for Mel. Not fucking wrong. Go ahead, keep reading. Don't worry about me. You do your thing.
KK. OK Key to Spartan Rotterdam on loan.
Yeah, I just texted Graham. IK gun doing. You got this.
Manchester United.
Oh, okay. Very good.
In Lenny Yoro from Lille. Joshua Zertsky from Bologna. Mathis Delight from Bayern Munich. Nusar Mazzori from Bayern Munich. And Manuel Ugarte from Paris Saint-Germain. And then some guy named Siku Kone from the Guardians. Leaving is Jordan Sancho, Alvaro Fernandez, Mason Greenwood, Willie Kambawa, Donnie Van Der Beek. Do you think he's any relation to James?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. No doubt about it.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Thomas McTominay. It's so fun to say.
Sure, Billy. Going back.
Scott.
We are only going forward.
Where did I get
We're not going to ask her to
Thomas
repeat names.
How
This
did
is
I
a
get
journey,
Thomas with McTominay?
and we're all on it
It's so
together.
weird.
You,
I'm sorry.
I,
Scott McTominay to Napoleon.
all on this together, boys and girls. We'll be all right.
Newcastle. Lewis Hall, Chelsea.
Graham just hopped
Mildred.
on, goes, I'm listening. This is absurd.
Evis.
IK Gun Da Hogan. That was Ikai Gundogan, okay? That's what she said. Okay, Graham, I just want to make sure you know that.
Odysseus Vlachodimos to Nottingham Forest. Lloyd Kelly to
I
Bournemouth.
don't know where the accent came from all of a sudden.
to Birmingham.
To Birmingham.
William Osula in from Sheffield. Now, leaving Newcastle.
Leaving Newcastle.
Elliot Anderson to Nottingham Forest. Katuba Minte to Brighton. Jaoe Wahite.
Go ahead.
It's Joe White, but that was
Okay.
funny. Ryan Fraser.
Hey, Mel.
Kyle Crosley.
No, you don't need to make the jokes. Trust me, you're
Smith.
gold on your own. You ain't got to force the effort.
Oh, Jeff Hendrick of motor racing fame. Oh, Jordan Hackett. We've got Hackett's Point. That is the peninsula up from us.
No.
And
No.
during the colonial times,
No. Hey, Mel.
criminals
Mel, you're
that
not on a
were
tour.
hung would be put into what's called a gibbet cage.
All right,
And they would
boys,
be hung
I've
at
got a
Hackett's
secret
Point,
weapon that I'm not,
10
I don't want
yards
to pull it out
apart.
yet, but if I have
That
to, I
is, like,
will.
the next peninsula up, so
Melissa,
anybody come-
back to the list. Thank you.
Matt Ritchie.
Uh-huh.
All right. Nottingham Forest.
She got herself resituated. That's what she's got to do real quick. Hold on, everybody.
Nottingham.
I didn't hear her say it either. Again, sure, Billy. You read that list, girl.
Harrison
Last year,
Ashby,
I
Taylor
completely
Ross,
skipped
Matt
Harry
Ritchie.
Kane getting sold to Bayern Munich. It's all part of the journey.
On the out,
On the out.
I have nobody going to Bayern Munich from Newcastle.
Mel, don't listen to me. That was from last year. It was his goalkeeper. Very long name, but I need you to stay on Nottingham Forest, please. Remember, we are always moving forward. We never look back, Mel. Never look back.
Nottingham Forest in Elliot Anderson from Newcastle. James Ward-Prowse, West Ham. Morado, Beneficia. Eric Di Saliva Morio from St. Paul. Nicolo Minikovic from Florentina. Marco Stabnik.
Not wrong. Mr. Graham from the car on the way home said, fun history facts do not hit the same like fun animal facts.
But mine are real. All right, Marco Stamnik, Shea Cahill.
And I agree,
David
Smokey.
Camaro.
Because I gotta. Ba-da-da. Go ahead, Mel. Keep on reading.
Out. Matt Turner, Remo Fraudler, Jamie McDonnell, Oriel Mangala to Lyon, Musa Nikahate to Lyon, Brandon Aguilera to Rio, Odysseus Vlachodimos. That's a cool name. Odysseus
Hey, guys, I've got to give her credit on that one.
Vlachodimos to Newcastle. Harry Lister. I mean, that guy just sounds fucking English.
You're not wrong, Mr. Graham. Benefocia.
And then just Philippe. I love how just sometimes there's just Philippe.
Yeah. Well, there was Adrian earlier. You didn't seem too impressed with that one.
Elijah Morgan, Espa, Omar, somebody, Joe Worrell, another Camaro, Josh Bowler to fuck fact.
What's that?
Josh Bowler to Preston, Iowa. Fun Mel fact, my grandmother is from Preston, Iowa. She bragged all the time that she was the valedictorian of her class. There was 14 fucking people in that class.
All right, there we go.
Southampton.
Welcome to the shit show.
Aaron Ramsdale. Maxwell Cornett. Ryan Fraser. Flynn Downs.
Of course, we have our normal
Ronnie
appearance by Ryan
Edwards.
Fraser, of which he will definitely score against Everton, except for when he played for Everton and he couldn't score.
Ben Breton Diaz from Villarreal.
Breton Diaz. Yep, you spot on, girl.
Ready? Juan. Oh, no, sorry. Juan San Paulo. I thought, never mind. No, yeah. Okay.
You're not wrong, Shorbilla. She probably just said
Cameron
somebody.
Archer. Out. Curio, Magasuki, Duje, Calicar, Matt Carson, Luke Pierce, Stuart Armstrong, Zach Aw.
Is that all or aw?
It was Zach Aw. Ollie Wright, Cameron Bragg, Shay Charles. That's fine. Tottenham. In. Lewis Bergvall de Jagodin. For £8.5 million. George Fenley from
Don't know why she needed to be Sling Blade there. £8.5 million.
That was the money. I was like, Archie Gray from Leeds. Timo Werner. Ming Hook Yang.
Just okay.
I wrote two German on that, I think. Dominic Solanke. Oh, I know that. Dominic Solanke.
There you go.
And Wilson Odebert from Burnley. Now, leaving would be Emerson Royal, Eric Dyer, Toby Parrott, Joe Rodinson, Kieran Morgan, Ivan Perlisic, Jaffe Jenga, Burley Eames, Tanguay Nobly, Charlie Sayers, Ryan Segranda, and Joaquin Michael Craig. Bye!
It's her moment of clarity.
I almost got through it. Fast forward to Oliver Skip, Ashley Phillips.
Yeah, a little more smoky, a little more drink. Is that what we need?
Can you tell me what the chats are saying?
You know that Jim Smokey loves Brazilian Kevin, and the Graham said you actually went through one well. We need a little pocket slider there.
Onions are falling. Keep going.
No, I'm not the one that should keep going. It's your damn list, woman. You're the one that should be reading it. That's your job.
Oh my God!
It's
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Russ. Gotta apologize to Russ for that one. Lord's name, please. Thank you. That's coming. How the hell is the atheist the one telling you to keep up on this shit? Oh my goodness. This is a mess.
Where was I?
Where were you?
All right, ready?
It's like she's all over the place. Where was I? Like hyper focused.
West Ham.
Here we go. Smokey.
In. Louis Guilherme from Palmeiras for $25 million. Max Kilman, Wolves. Wes Fotheringham, Carlos Solo, Crescendo Somerville, Nicholas Furrug, Gilio Rodriguez, Jean-Claire
Nicholas
Tobino,
Furrug.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Mohamedou Conte, Carlos Soler, out. James Ward-Prowse, was that a smart decision? Maxwell Cornet, Naive, Azegard, Side Benjamin, Sebastian Booth, Kean Forson, Liam
You're
Johnson.
not wrong. She is kind of on
Levi,
autopilot right now.
Patrick
I don't disagree with that.
Mohamedou Conte. How's he both in and out? Oh, he's in and he's loaned out. So they bought him and then they loaned him. So that's why he's on both lists.
You're a fucking genius.
I get it now.
You get it now. Okay, now you get it. Everybody, it's a moment of clarity. She gets it.
That was weird. In. Oh, wait. Wolves.
I think we're on to the last club. Final club.
According to Sam Graham, they have no natural predators. Or according to the chats, they have no natural strikers.
Smokey, you say it's full Raj. I thought it
Tommy
was.
Doyle.
I thought it was for rug. She said.
Carlos Forbes.
Okay, got this.
Andre Fluminescence. Rodrigo Gomez.
Luminescence.
Pedro Limo.
Luminescence.
Nastada, Jordan
Exactly, a
Strand,
light bulb.
Lasarne, Shiv Johnstone, Ethan Sunderland, now leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Fabio Silva, he like fucked off to Palamos. Max Kilman, Pedro Neto, Tom Plank, Joe Young, Taekwondo. I know that's not right. I can't get through it. Tawanda.
Tawanda.
Is that the last one?
Is that the list, baby? I think
Yeah, I
you've.
think West Ham ends it, right?
All right, chat. I am going to walk away because I need to now focus to finishing this show. Mrs. Houston, real quick, you did a marvelous job.
I mean, I made through it.
I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. Well, I mean, we'll debate. You didn't, there were things you missed. You were a little missed, but I got you a little something.
Hold on. To quote Unada.
Unada. Okay. Good. Mrs. Houston, I got you a little something. So, just because you're such a good trooper and you are high as balls right now,
All right, we're going to say goodbye to everybody.
So yeah, well, hey,
all
Mel,
y'all get to watch.
Mel,
What?
I'm driving the bus. We're gonna wrap it up here now, and we're all good. So everybody, as always, we are taking off next week for the international break. Of course, check out if you want to support the show and check out any of our extra content. It is patreon.com/DU Football Show, and of course at DU Football Show on all the socials. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been a great time, and have a fantastic night. Till next time.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Smells of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Graham.
Brooklyn United! Brooklyn United! Hit the fucking mute button!